I'm Todd Steinbergen. It's Teacher Appreciation Week.
And I'm Maya Stone, and it's Teacher Appreciation Week.
Wait, Maya, are you thinking what I'm thinking?
I'm Miss Sirof, and I love writing with this pen.
I'm Miss Dimitriou, and I've had 3 cups of coffee today.
I'm Miss Dennis with your week in Mepham Sports.
I'm Mr. G with your What Is That?
I am Atmospheric Azar.
And I'm Nimbostratus Mattis.
And we have got your weekend weather.
These are the BMB morning announcements for Friday, May 10th. Faculty Takeover.
Good morning, Mepham. Today is Friday, May 10th, day 1. Please rise for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Wow. Are we really here?
I know, right? The studio is so much bigger in person.
While I'm here, let's shout out all my fellow teachers. Happy Teacher Appreciation Week.
Speaking of appreciation, all of the mothers out there will be appreciated on Sunday as it's Mother's Day.
Oh, my kids will be home from college. Thanks for the shout out, Ms. Dimitriou. I'm excited to celebrate with them this weekend.
Anytime. I wonder if anyone in your family will wear a tuxedo to your family dinner.
Not sure. But I know the seniors will need them at prom. If you need to rent one, there are QR codes in the hallway that can get you $50 off your suit rentals from Carico Suits.
Speaking of hallways, have you seen the new Courtyard Renovations?
Nope. Do you know anyone who has?
Miss Feld has, and here she is to tell us more about the renovations.
Springtime is a time of rebirth where plants long dormant for the winter come back to life. Nowhere was that more true than in Mepham Courtyard over spring break. They got a little help from a dedicated crew of local landscapers who gave the courtyard a much-needed upgrade.
We are doing strictly a beautification project. We are reshaping the beds. We weeded all these beds out. We did some pruning, and we're adding new species of plants that are kind of low maintenance, but it will beautify the ecosystem.
So as the weather keeps getting warmer and we all get to enjoy the courtyard for lunch, keep in mind all the work it took to make this place so welcoming. For BMB, I'm Professora Feld.
Staring at the blank page before you open up the dirty
Ms. Dimitriou.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, I'm so sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. I was just getting ready for the spring concert that's coming up.
Right. You can tune in to both spring concerts on the BMB YouTube channel on May 15th and on the 21st.
You can also go back on the BMB YouTube channel to watch this week's midweek update to see that teacher takeover as well.
One thing special about this week's morning's announcements is it's not only teachers on the show, but also other staff members. Here's our very own custodians, Frank and Jerry, with their spin of Sheep on the Loose.
Hi, I'm Frank.
And I'm Jerry.
And we're here interviewing students and teachers about the upcoming AP exams. I think I see some coming up. We're going to ask them about the AP neuroscience exams and see if anybody's actually taking it.
Let's find out now.
Where you going?
If you had a teacher take your test, which teacher would you like taking your test for you?
Missy. I love that woman. She's my heart.
You already started studying for them?
No.
None of them?
You just wake up out of bed and you're like, I'm going to ace this.
No amount of studying can save me right now, so.
What about the AP neuroscience test? Are you excited for that one?
I don't take that one.
Do you know anyone who's taken that test?
I don't think so.
So it goes to show that nobody's taking AP neuroscience seriously.
Well, apparently, I've never been on TV before.
Are you guys willing to take the AP exam?
No.
We already did that.
Oh, okay.
How ready are your kids, do you think, for the AP test?
Not at all.
If you had to take one of the AP exams, which one would it be? And how do you think you'd do?
I think I'd go with one of the history ones, whether it's maybe the A-push.
So, Jerry, how do you feel like you did on your questions today?
They could be better, so we got to work on that.
Yeah, let's get the intensity up.
Like way up.
Way up.
Thanks, guys. I must say, I really enjoyed that. They sure did know what they were talking about.
You know, Ms. Dimitriou, I know a pretty smart person who could probably answer any question you have because most likely he has read a book about it.
And who is that, Ms. Sirof?
Mr. G. Here's Mr. G with your what is that, but I'm not actually sure what he will be telling us about. Roll the clip.
What is that?
When I say auditorium, what images pop into your mind? Probably the stage, lots of seats, an epic mural of the map of Long Island, right? But have you ever looked up at the ceiling, like way up where the recessed lights are? If you haven't and you've seen what's there, you'll probably be asking yourself, oh, what is that? It's the head of a baby doll. Now, I'm willing to bet that no other auditorium or theater in the world features the discarded head of a baby doll. So with our glorious map of Long Island and the baby doll head, our auditorium is doubly unique. Now, I know what you're asking. How did it get there? Well, your guess is as good as mine. But I do have one theory. When the district passed the 2013 bond vote for campus improvements, the bond that gave us our turf field and air conditioners, the bond also introduced new lighting for the auditorium. When the technicians were up there on their scaffolding, they must have found this doll's head in the recessed ceiling. I think a student, decades ago, for whatever reason, threw the head up into the ceiling where it sat forgotten until about a decade ago. Maybe in a moment of silliness, one of the technicians decided to perch it in the corner of the ceiling to gaze down on all who enter. So the next time you're in the auditorium, look up and say hello to one of our oldest residents and unique features. And now I'm going to go ahead and turn it back over to Ms. Sirof and Ms. Dimitriou in the studio.
Thanks, Mr. G. I was always curious on where that baby head came from.
Glad I could help. Well, now you know.
You know what I know? We have a colleague that was an all-star high school athlete. I mean, she was a star basketball player, set a school record for the fastest goal in field hockey. She was an all-around great athlete. And because of that, there's no one better than Miss Dennis to give us our week in Mepham sports.
Thanks, guys. It's so nice to be back on the morning announcements. As the school year is coming to an end, it's time for our spring sports teams to make a final push before playoffs begin. Starting on the field, the girls lacrosse team beat Locust Valley 10-5 on Wednesday and will take on Oyster Bay in Mepham's Senior Day. Over to the boys' side, they wrapped up their regular season on Tuesday at Roslyn with a heartbreaking 10-9 loss, and they begin their playoff journey on Tuesday. Moving to the Diamond, the baseball team played Herricks 3 times this week. But I won't spoil last Tuesday night's game because Miss Rubenstein took a trip to the baseball field to tell you more.
Thanks, Miss Dennis. I'm standing out here on the baseball field where BMB's last game of the week was broadcasted just 3 days ago. The Mepham boys baseball team took on Herricks and won 13-0. There were many highlights by Mepham students throughout the game, like senior Stephen Mulqueen, who hit a 3-run homer, and sophomore Jaden Zoller, who pitched a shutout. It was certainly an incredible game. Although this was BMB's last game of the week for this school year, you can still watch all of our previous games on the BMB YouTube channel and prepare yourselves for the first game of the week of next year. For BMB, I'm Miss Rubenstein.
Thanks, Miss Rubenstein. I really can't believe how close to the end of the year we are. Softball wrapped up their season against crosstown rival JFK this past Wednesday, and the Bellmore-Merrick Chargers faced off against Westbury last night in their final regular season game of the season. Members of the girls' badminton team will be competing at the county tournament this weekend, and the boys' tennis team travels to Calhoun today and will also travel to Massapequa Monday for some very exciting matchups. Well, unfortunately, that's all for me. And now back to you guys in the studio.
Thanks, Miss Dennis, and thanks, Miss Rubenstein.
Of course, it's so amazing getting to watch the students we have in the classroom out there so successful on the sports fields.
I always love watching sports, especially when the weather is nice.
I see where you're going with this.
This weekend's weather is brought to you by 2 of Mepham's favorite meteorologists, Mr. Azar and Mr. Mattis.
Good morning, students. Welcome to this year's edition of Teacher Takeover Weather. I'm Nimbostratus Mattis.
And I'm Atmospheric Azar, ready to add a little science fiction to your forecast.
Let's dive into Friday's weather, where it seems like the force might be with us in the form of showers. The clouds are channeling their inner Darth Vader, low at a 48, high at a 55. May the umbrella be with you.
And on Saturday, the skies are playing hide and seek with the sun, a perfect weather for studying for your AP exams or your Regents. Not binge watching the entire Star Wars saga. The high will be 58 and the low will be 48.
Sunday brings us another round of those galactic showers. It's going to look like Cloud City while the weather does its best impression of Endor's rainy season. Low of 48, high of 56.
Now, Nimbostratus Mattis, I heard we're filling in for Cumulonimbus Charles this week. Quite the shoes to fill, huh?
Absolutely, Atmospheric Azar, but I think we can bring a little extra flair to the forecast. After all, even Cumulonimbus Charles would agree, there's always room for a bit of science and a touch of Star Wars.
Celebrating Star Wars Day a week late, Nimbostratus Mattis? You're a bit behind, aren't you?
It's the story of my life, Atmospheric Azar. I was merely waiting for the perfect alignment of the stars to unleash my Jedi powers. May the 4th should have been my birthday, but I was born a week late on the 11th.
Thanks, Mr. Azar and Mr. Mattis. That was a very informative weather report.
Especially the Star Wars part.
Sure, Mr. Mattis.
Well, these have been the BMB morning announcements for Friday, May 10th.
Have a great day, Mepham.